Welcome to the Fort Myers Beach Good Neighbor podcast, where the sun's always shining and the stories are even brighter. Each episode, we bring you closer to the neighbors, local legends, and beachside businesses that make Fort Myers Beach the slice of paradise we all love. Pull up a beach chair, grab a drink, and let's meet the people who make this island feel like home. We want to send out some island love to Eric Tibbs from Edward Jones, State Insurance USA, and Home Well Care Services Fort Myers. They are the businesses that allow us to share the soul of our community with every listener, from local stories to the positive vibe of island life. Here's to celebrating all that makes Fort Myers Beach the slice of paradise we all love. Here's your host, Cabo.
Well, welcome, good neighbors, to the Good Neighbor Fort Myers Beach podcast. Today we have good neighbor Betty Jean. She's been an icon on the island for years, and we're going to learn a little bit about her story. So without further ado, you said what, you got here in 1990?
November 1st of 1990.
Wow. From Wisconsin, right?
From Wisconsin.
Where in Wisconsin?
Milton.
Milton? Wait a second. I know where that is.
30 miles straight south of Madison.
Since I was born in Hillsboro, which is by Beaver Dam and Mauston, and I think some of my ancestors and relatives lived in Milton.
And I had a bar for 16 years on Lake Koshkonong.
In Milton?
In Milton.
Really?
Outside of Milton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how did you get involved in that business?
Well, I lived in Rockford and worked at Amrock Corporation, which was a big building downtown Rockford. But we had a cottage on Lake Koshkonong that we would go up to on the weekends in the summer. And my husband would bartend at the little local bar, and I would cocktail. And we did that for 3 years. And then on New Year's Eve day of 1964, the owner, male, got up, went to the bathroom, and died.
Wow.
Like you hear people.
Yeah, just following it, right?
And when the renewal of the license was due in July, the owner did not want to run it by herself. So she said she would sell it to us, which we did on a land contract, which she practically gave it to us rather than, selling it.
Yep.
And that's how I got it. And so then we had to move to Wisconsin.
Right? Nothing wrong with that. I was the other way. I was born in Wisconsin and grew up in Illinois, but my heart's in Wisconsin. I love it there. It's a lot different, and but we love it. So no supper club, fish fries, anything like that?
No, it was just a little dive
neighborhood
bar.
Right?
It was before anything was called a dive bar, I guess, but it was just a local
kind of the
bar
neighborhood bar.
in a little subdivision out on the lake.
Okay, wow. That's all of Wisconsin. There's a bar in every corner, right?
Yeah. Well, there was a very popular, well-known supper club. I don't know what that's about. Called the Buckhorn.
Okay.
That a lot of people came to.
Yeah.
And they would eat there because it was over here, and then come the block over after eating for the entertainment at our park, because we had music every night of the week, or we had something going every night of the week. And then another block over, there was a sort of a breakfast place and breakfast and lunch place.
Wow.
And just a little place.
So brandy old fashions?
But no, I drink Southern Comfort old fashions.
There you go.
Until one day I got stupid, so I quit.
That's probably a good decision, right?
Good decision.
There we go. So how did you end up down in Fort Myers?
Well, my parents lived in Fort Myers, and my daughter and granddaughter were down here in the Bellevue, Ocala area.
Okay.
And my youngest son was also working down here. Wow. And a stepdaughter was here in Fort Myers Beach. And when I moved down here, I bought a house in Ocala, well, Bellevue, and then came down here to see the stepdaughter. And she said, can you stay for a week and watch the granddaughter while she had to go to a seminar? And I said, yeah, no problem. And then she got back and she says, well, I have to go up to Georgia. Can you stay another week? Well, by then I was hooked on the beach. I had always lived on water. She said I felt sort of like dry docked up there. So I said, the heck with up there. My daughter moved into the house I bought up there, and I sit down here and pay rent.
Not a bad deal, right?
Well,
By the beach, right?
no, I'm not by the beach. I'm up in Iona.
But you're close to the water,
I'm
right?
close to the water.
So did you start working when you were down here, or how did that work?
The 1st of December, I started at what then was the little pink pantry at the Pink Shell.
Yeah.
And then that was in December, the first part of December, because I ran into somebody that says, why don't you come work down here for us? And then how did I get to Gleisley Lumber? Anyhow, in February, I started at the Gleisley Lumber, which is gone now.
Okay.
And then in that, so that was 91. 91. And then I think it was June of 91 that Jimmy B's opened. And I went to work there in the evenings. I worked at the lumberyard in the daytime and Jimmy B's. And then the manager they had left, and they said, what are we going to do for a manager? And one of the girls said, well, Betty had a bar in Wisconsin. She ought to know how to manage the place. So
you got nominated.
and I was there until Hurricane Charlie took it out.
Oh, that was early 2000s, right?
Like 2005.
Yep. Wow.
Friday the 13th.
Yes. That's fun. And that was the first major hurricane we had in a long time.
In a while, yeah.
Back in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Wow. And then where did life take you after Charlie?
To what was then Channel Mark.
Okay.
Over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tim went out, then I went to what was Jimmy B's rooftop above where Dusseldorf's and that was.
Yeah.
And then the town bought that property. I went there the first of the month, whenever it was. I don't remember the date, but I went there to do my inventory for the month, you know. And the owner called me up and said, Betty, we aren't opening. Call everybody and tell them there's a water leak and we can't open. And because they didn't want to broadcast yet.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, that was that. And where did I go from there? I think I went to the Fishmonger from there. And then the Naughty Turtle opened and they went over there. Then when it closed, I went to Nervous Nellies. And then when the Oasis opened, or the Naughty Parrot opened, I went there.
Right, just back and forth, right? Right.
I got a beautiful resume.
I'm sure you've seen a lot.
Oh, yeah, because the reason you left, it closed.
Well, there you go.
It closed.
Let Betty come work for you. We'll close shortly. Don't worry. Wow. And now you're at Hurricane Tina's, huh? Right?
I'm here 3 mornings a week. And then I work at the Naughty Parrot Oasis out on 41.
Yep.
4 nights and Sundays when needed. And the Sundays are usually optional to the band.
Yep.
And I work at the Bel Air Beach Club, which is a timeshare on the beach, as assistant office manager.
Wow.
Wednesdays and Saturdays.
You just keep busy. You continue to keep going and keep busy.
I do 4, sometimes 5 doubles a week.
Wow. Good for you. And you're what? A young How old are you now?
I'm 97.
97.
Oh,
Wow.
soon to be 98.
When's your birthday?
October.
October. What day? No, you're not going to tell me?
No.
I'm a big.
Then you have my month, my year, my
All
date.
right, all right. I'm a big Sammy Hagar fan. I'm sure you probably don't know who that is, but his birthday is October 13th. So we have a big party on the 13th. Drink lots of tequila. So
We're gonna
I'll
have
just remember. Well, in October, I'll just drink to your birthday all month. It's a month-long birthday. It's a month-long birthday.
I
Right?
always have a month-long birthday.
So how would you say working on the beach and being involved with the beach has evolved the person you are, changed your life?
It's made me the person I am because of all the wonderful people that are here and being around people.
Yep.
When I was in Wisconsin, even though I had a bar, my father ran it in the daytime. My husband was an over-the-road semi-driver. I worked for an attorney. I worked in the office and was a paralegal up there. And because of that, I had a notary's license. And when I moved to Florida, I just transferred it to Florida. And one day we were at Jimmy B's and the manager, they got a reservation for several rooms for a wedding. And they asked the desk clerk, do you know anybody that can perform the wedding? And they said, well, we have a notary that works for us that can do it. And that started it all. And couple hundred weddings later.
Wow.
And that's one thing, being around people.
Yep.
People, and they're all so wonderful people.
And I think that helps keep
and
you
caring
young,
people,
right? It's just about good people and keeping the good energy around you, and you're just a welcoming person on top of it too.
I just love being around people because that's what I've been all my life.
Yep.
Between working in the big factory and there and just everything, it's been people. And
there's a lot
I just
of good
don't
people.
Want to be home alone.
I don't blame you. Who does, right? Sometimes when I'm at the beach, I like to be alone, but other than that, I like to be around people, right?
I like to be around people.
I agree. So, talking about Fort Myers Beach, you work an awful lot, right?
Yeah.
What do you do when you get a moment of free time?
When I get done work at night, especially after a double, which is Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I go somewhere after work where I can sit and have a beer and listen to music.
Live music is great.
Live music. Except on Thursday nights, I go to Valerie's and play bingo.
Oh, are you good at bingo?
When I get done with it. I've been sort of lucky lately. Yes, and I just love to play bingo. That's the only gambling I do.
Really?
Except getting pools and football.
Well, yeah, that's fun stuff. That's not even gambling, right?
No, I don't call that gambling.
So you stay young in a lot of different ways, right?
And then I take care of my backyard. Before Hurricane Ian, I took care of 7 yards.
Wow.
For the owner that owns 7 properties around me.
Wow.
And but then after Ian, he hired a full-time Mike that owns the McGregor Grill, owns the duplex I live in. And he hired a full-time maintenance man, so I don't get to get just my own yard.
You get your own yard, right?
You can't come in my yard.
That's it. You can do your own thing, right?
Yes.
That's great.
So Friday mornings that I have free, and sometimes Sundays when I'm not at my other jobs, not working real hard. I get paid for it, but then I work really hard in my backyard and don't get paid.
Right? Isn't that the way it normally is?
So I'd rather be working.
It's a bit easier, right? You can relax. I'm going to work to relax today. Sorry, it's okay. Wow. So, is there something about Fort Myers Beach that we can share with our listeners that, you mentioned the people, but maybe that we can share with people that are new to the area or coming to visit to the area?
I don't know. It's just that it's a very friendly island, and even though we might have different ideas on different subjects, when somebody needs help, they all come together for you.
And that's
Everybody helps.
community supports community.
Yes, a very supportive community in every way.
And we saw a lot of that support through, obviously Hurricane Ian and what happened. Everybody kind of came together to help each other.
Yeah, and especially Tina, who fed everybody and had the food wagons out front and helped everybody. But everybody helped everybody. But one thing they had at Hertz Arena, they had a fundraiser for the beach people, and all Leonard Skinnerud was there, and I forget the other bands.
A lot of big bands, though, right?
Big bands, and I was there that night with the whole office force from Bel Air Beach Club.
Okay.
We all went together, and my son, I think, or somebody there went down and told the management that I was there, and I didn't know it. So halfway through the evening, when the bands were changing out, the stage manager came out and he said, "I need your attention, everybody." And he says, "We have a 90-year-old lady in the audience, probably knows over 200 people here. She has 7 jobs and she's going on, And he says, "Betty, stand up." I'm like,
I was like, I am.
And we had moved from where we were supposed to be sitting to another place, and they were trying to zero in on me over here. And they finally caught me and found me. But then Ellen was sitting 2 rows in front of me, so he got it on the spotlight too. But it was, made you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah,
You've done a lot of good things for the area and the island and the people in the community, and we appreciate everything you've done and being a part of what Fort Myers Beach really is.
I know a lot of people.
So, if the beach were to give you a nickname, I'm sure you've got quite a few, but is there a certain nickname that's stuck over the years?
No, I'm just
Betty.
Just Betty. Betty Boop on the beach.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Betty. I'm just Betty. Miss Betty.
Very good. Very good.
As far as I know.
Right? Yeah, as far as you know. I haven't heard anything different. So, any last words for our listeners today?
Just work hard and party hard.
I love that.
And eat right.
Eat good stuff and drink good stuff, right? I say life's too cheap to drink.
You gotta have a
beer,
little party.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what keeps you young.
Work hard and party hard.
Following your advice.
And then they always say a body in motion stays in motion. Yeah. And one thing I do when I'm not busy here or at the Naughty, I do word search. And one of them that I did had little sayings that you had to find in the words. And this has stuck with me too. And it said, "An old mind is like an old horse. You got to keep it working."
I love that.
So you got to keep working. You got to keep it moving.
Keep moving.
Don't be sitting at home on your, what.
And you're a prime example of that. And we love you. Thank you, Betty, for being such a good neighbor and everything you've done for Fort Myers Beach. And we hope to see you at one of the bars.
Well, I don't drink on the beach very often.
Right.
Because it's 8 miles. I mean, it's 4 miles back up there to my house.
Yeah, you don't want to be driving all the way back there.
Not to drink here and drive back off of the beach because they're the local sheriff department sits along the road
there, right?
waiting for somebody, and being an older person, if anything happened, it would be my fault, even if it was.
Right. So better be smart. Party close to home, right?
So I drink locally.
There you go.
Closer to home.
And that's the important part.
Yeah.
Well, Betty, thank you again today. And thank you for your time. And we love you. And thank you for everything you've done.
Well, thank you for all the wonderful people on Fort Myers Beach.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fort Myers Beach Good Neighbor podcast, where community meets paradise. If you loved what you heard, share it with a friend and keep the good vibes going. Until next time, stay sunny, stay salty, and keep being a good neighbor. Also, to nominate your favorite neighbors, local legends, heroes, or island businesses to be on the show, go to CaboWaboGym.com, that's CaboWaboGym.com, or call 239-427-4100. We want to send out some island love to Eric Tibbs from Edward Jones, State Insurance USA, and Home Welfare Services Fort Myers. They are the businesses that allow us to share the soul of our community with every listener, from local stories to the positive vibe of island life. Here's to celebrating all that makes Fort Myers Beach the slice of paradise we all love.